Not sure if you know this, but when we first met, I got so nervous I couldn't speak. In that very moment, I found the one, and my life had found its missing piece. So as long as I live, I love you, will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white, and from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. What we have is timeless, my love is endless, and with this ring I say to the world, you're my every reason, you're all that I believe in. With all my heart I mean every word. So as long as I live, I love you, will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white, and from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. You look so beautiful in white, yeah, yeah. Na 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 na, so beautiful in white tonight. And if a daughter is what our future holds, I hope she has your eyes, finds love like you and I did, yeah. And if she falls in love, we'll let her go. I'll walk her down the aisle. She looks so beautiful in white, yeah, yeah. So beautiful in white. So as long as I live, I love you, will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white, and from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white.
Uncle Wayne, here comes your bride.
My love's design. You're the one that I play.
Who gives this woman to be married to this man? I do.
We do.
Do you, Nicola Thomas, take this man as your husband, to love him, cherish him, nurture him, and support him in times of joy and in times of difficulty? Do you promise to remain by his side regardless of what troubles befalls? Do you promise to remain steadfast and true? Do you promise with all your heart and all your soul to honor this vow till death? Do you part? And from now on, do you promise?
I do.
Since it's Women's Liberation time, I gave her the first shot. But now it's your time. Do you, Wentworth Kennedy, take this, your bride, Nicola Thomas, to be your wife, to love her, to cherish her, to nurture her, and to support her in times of joy and in times of difficulty? Do you promise to remain by her side regardless of what troubles befall her? Do you promise to remain steadfast and true? Do you promise with all your heart and all your soul to honor her from this time until death do us part? Do you answer?
I do.
Okay, he speaks loud enough. Now, of course, I need to tell you something. As you watch the crowd, you do know some of the people are getting a little...
Working together as one, enjoying each other's company,
navigating the path with confidence, trusting in each other's care, serving each other with patience, willingly sacrificing for each other's well-being, offering ourselves without reserve, respecting each other's individuality, taking time to play and pray, honoring the hope that God has given to us, nurturing each other's spiritual health, illuminating each other's thoughts and words, celebrating the precious moments we share, opening ourselves to God's leading, living in ways that are pleasing to God, acknowledging that God has brought us together. These we pledge together.
Wow.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Nice. Thank
Very
you.
creative.
It's just the little things that tell you that you are right where you should be. And whether we're in love or out of it, there's something deep inside my heart that tells me I'm sure it's you, I'm sure it's you. None could ever change my mind or convince me otherwise. My heart belongs to you. I know we'll make it through. I'm sure it's you. If we could do this whole thing over, I wouldn't change one single thing, 'cause every inch has brought us closer. I'm glad we took the time to wait for God's Son. I'm sure it's you. It's you. None could ever change my mind or convince me otherwise. My heart belongs to you. I know we'll make it through. I'm sure it's you. I know in my heart it's you. That's why I'm here to say I do. I'm sure it's you.
So that there can be a recreation of unity. But we're happy for these sparks, these moments when candles are lighted again and lives are started again with hope and faith and love. Wayne and Nikki are in your presence and in the presence of family and friends. God, we're begging you to give them all the qualities in the fruit of the Spirit that they will be able to have not only life here, but life in the kingdom of God. Help them to recognize that they are participating in a relationship that's not only for this life, but it's for the life to come. So make this moment a moment of joy, a moment of peace, a moment that is blessed. Make it a moment upon which they will reflect, not because of the ambience, but because of the presence of God. Thank you. And now, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. May the Lord give you both the blessings that come from heaven. In the name of God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
This will be an everlasting love. This will be the one I've waited for. This will be the first time anyone has loved me. Oh, I'm so glad you found me in time, and I'm so glad that you rectified my mind. This will be an everlasting love for me.
You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow. No matter how far. If life is a movie, oh, you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh,
said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry.
All right, let's give them a big round of applause.
And butterfly kisses at night. Sweet 16 today. She's looking like her mama, a little more every day. One part woman, the other part girl. To perfume and makeup, from ribbons and curls, trying her wings out in a great big world. But I remember butterfly kisses after bedtime prayer, sticking little white flowers all up in her hair. You know how much I love you, Daddy, but if you don't mind, I'm only gonna kiss you on the cheek this time. Oh, with all that I've done wrong, I must have done something right to deserve.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know.
Many of you know that Wentworth, well, used to play the drums. Do you still play the drums? Oh. So we did, so one Sabbath afternoon at Maranatha, we did a duet, Amazing Grace. Do you remember that? I was on the piano, he was on the drums. And I've always remembered that. That was the only time we did a duet together. But it just, just to show you that through the years, we have stuck with each other, basically. And I'm so happy for him tonight. I joked with him months ago. I said to him, Winnie, when you're gonna get married, please give me enough of a lead time so I can get my suit, because I'm gonna be there. And we were just joking, this was months ago. And here we are tonight. So my brother, I'm proud of you. You have a lovely wife. You guys fit together. You're happy. And this is I see you at peace. And I'm really happy for you, and I wish you guys a long and happy and prosperous life. And as you know, I'm always here. And let's toast to my brother, Wentworth Kennedy.
She's looking at me scared about what I'm going to say. Hello, everybody. Hey. My name is Tasha Eneg Benebor, and I am truly proud and honored and grateful to be my best friend's maid of honor. So just a little bit about how we met. Nikki and I met freshman year at Oakwood College, now university, the greatest university in the world. There you go, all you Oakwoodites. I don't know if we met fall semester or spring semester, but I remember I heard about this girl named Nikki Thomas, but I did not know who it was. And everybody would say, do you know this girl named Nikki Thomas? She has this little red car with plates that say Nick Nick. So all I knew was this girl running around campus in this red sports car that said Nick Nick. So we used to always call her the Nick Nick, right? I would see her around campus and I'd say man, who is the Nick Nick? But I was friends with Rachel, and Rachel never said that her cousin was the Nick Nick. So at some point, Rachel told me that, her cousin was her roommate, but her roommate didn't like visitors in the room. So it was still some time before exactly. So if you know Nikki, then you know that that's very like her, right? So at some point, I made it to the room, and Nikki decided, as she does, that we would be friends. I did not know at that moment that we would not only be friends, but we would be sisters for life.
Time, right? So, just so that everyone knows, it's just the two of us, Nikki and I. I've known her now for a long time. More than 10 years. And since it's a brother and sister situation, you know that me being the eldest one, there's always a prank that you always play on your little sister, right? And as we get older, now that we're adults, sometimes those things just don't change. So let me put something into context, and my youngest son, come here, Jai. This one here really has an affinity for his auntie Nikki. Loves her to death, okay? He's 10 years old, and a few weeks ago, he said, Daddy, what's the arrangement going to be when Auntie Nikki comes to this hotel to get married? Now, how does this thing work? Do they share rooms, he and Wayne? I said, no, she'll have her own room. He'll have his until they get married. He says, okay, so then, Daddy, if that is the case, why don't I stay with her? And then he says to go forward, he says, well, since they're just getting married, and it's just them two after the wedding, I don't think he will mind if I stay overnight with them. And I said to him, Jai, I agree with you. Why don't you give Auntie Nikki a call and ask her that question? So now, of course, she gives her auntie Nikki a call to have this conversation. And I'm laughing in the background to see how she's handling this situation. And what I find out through the conversation is that Nikki has a conversation with Charmaine, who, by the way, has done a wonderful job. Would you all agree in coordinating this wedding? And Charmaine, in conversation with my sister in regards to Jai staying, she says, I don't think it would be a great idea if Jai stays over there because it would be too much stress for you. So Jai gets wind of this conversation. You know what his response is? Since when is she a therapist? Now, this is my first time my sister is hearing this backstory now as to how this came about. But what I will say for you, Nikki, you won't have to have these conversations again for a long time. So we want to wish you and Wayne a happy and a wonderful marriage together. Step over here. We're here to support you in every way, as you know, and that our home is always open. When you decide to relocate back to Jamaica, we will be the first to welcome you back home. All right? Thank you guys so much.
Jelon, would you like? Okay, Jelon doesn't want to say, okay, wait. I want to just say, Wayne, I'm your biggest ally. It's me and you against the Thomases. That's the first thing I said to you when I met you, remember? And you didn't understand then, but I bet you know now. With that being said, there's something that I think you should be aware of. They love hard, and that's all you need is the hard love. They love real hard. And with that, I want to just share with you what I was taught. I think we could all teach it to you together. If the music is here, is the music here? There's no music. Oh God, there's music. There was something I wanted to share with you that was shared with me, so that I could. And it's just anything on YouTube, nothing special. I just wanted you to be aware that at some point you're gonna have to know this. I figured now is the best time to learn it. You want to play it from your phone? And then I started to get fancy with it. I had to put meat in it.
Y'all try to mess with it.
No. And listen to me. I had to learn how to dance to dance hall.
I remember when I would come to your house when I was little. I would come and you had a very big house and it was so dark. And then I'd ask you, How can you live here and you're so lonely? Don't you have anybody else? Isn't there anybody else you could be with? And you'd say, no, I'm fine. I always ask you that. But now I'm glad that there's someone you can finally be with and you don't have to be alone anymore. I'm glad that you found someone that can truly make you happy. And I have to thank Uncle Wayne for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And also to Christina and Johnny over there. You know how long they've been trying to get this young lady taken care of. And the Lord so has it that he had you there all the time. And it's just a matter that Sister Kennedy had to do her thing with her sister Thomas to make sure everything works out. But I'm just so happy for both of you because I have the same problem myself, Johnny. He already told me he has a shirt for me to say, what it says, Johnny? What's that shirt say that you have for me?
No, we're done, thank you.
He's saving a shirt for me also. But this is just to you, and I want to say, may God bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you, and you give you all those wonderful things that you've been looking for. Happiness, health, and forget about the riches. Oh, you're marrying because you want to get rich? Or you don't rich already? The Lord blesses you, sister. And I'm so glad that you find a rich man, right, to look after you. Anyway, this is just from me. Auntie's got her own to do, and Joyce will have hers when she comes up. So, where's my glass? I'd like to raise my glass. I'd like to raise my glass to you and say, many, many more. Happiness to both of you. Cheers.
I'm bringing someone with me. I said, is it a special someone? Special. And when he came through the door, of course, I knew the young lady, but I hadn't seen Nikki for quite some time. I says, oh my goodness, Pint and Big Jill. Pint and Big Jill. Of course, I immediately fell in love with Nikki. She has a pleasant disposition, quiet, and I know, Wayne, you have been much the same. Loving, thoughtful, kind, compassionate. Do I need to go on? You're all of that and so much more. You have a blend of your parents, which lends to the kind of the person that you are. And I am sure God has already blessed your union. Today was just a manifestation of what God has already done. And so I applaud you, Wayne. I applaud you, Nikki. And I know that if you keep God in the midst, and I know you've heard that so many times already, but he is the one who is the creator of marriages. And if we abide by his will, even though we live in a world of sin, we can make the best of a union. Take it from an expert, I say. All right? May God continue to bless both of you. And I ask, ladies and gentlemen, just lift your hand to the bride, well, the wife and the husband now, not the bride and the groom anymore, the wife and the husband, Nikki and Wayne. And welcome, Nikki, to the Kennedy family. And I know the Thomases have already welcomed Wayne. So God bless both of you. And my sister is going to sing for you all. Just like our brother, who is not here, but represented by his son and wife, would have sung.
Oh boy. Wayne, old song. You may not know it. But you see, when Wayne called and told me, Auntie, you're my favorite aunt. Don't watch any of them. Yeah. Well, what can I say? What can I say? And then I said, Auntie, you coming? I said, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Ask him. Anyway, Nikki, welcome to the family. And so here's my old song that fits now. It's just a few lines. I'm not going to sing the whole thing. Stars hang suspended above the floating yellow moon. Two hearts were blended while angels sang a lover's tune. And so they kissed not knowing if their hearts could pay the price. But heaven welcomed Wayne and Nick to paradise. Whoa, tonight. Blessing or love. Then came the sunlight, shading the stars from sight. Because of love, you see. Oh, heaven welcome them to paradise.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Jackie and I are so sorry that we can't be present for this August occasion, your wedding, with so many wonderful family members and friends. Where can I start with what could be said at such a time as this? When the thoughts of the family are filled with joy and the hearts of parents are filled with prideful bliss. Let me go back to a notable starting point of yesteryear, where there were reasons to burst out in magnificent song and cheerful cheer. Oh, what a time it was when in the days, less than a week, 3 little girls were born to each of their parents who were close family and friends. It was indeed a very welcome, joyous morn. Your parents were delighted to have a little girl. Mom in particular relished the idea of dressing you up in fine clothes, ribbons, and curls. Over the long, nurturing years, your parents had so many dreams they wanted to come true for you. So many have, and today is another when you, Nikki and Wayne, tell each other, I do. Here are some desires for you and Jason that I've known your parents have had in mind. We want our children to have a close relationship with the divine, to be productive in society, successful, self-sufficient, independent, caring, considerate, and kind. We want them to pay it forward, that love that we have modeled for them, relaying in it such positive ways that compel each others to declare your child is a fine person, a blessing, a gem. Those desires have come to fruition, for your parents have affirmed that no one can count on the future or know what they might someday do. But could they have chosen a daughter that they wanted, the one they would have picked out would be you. I've chosen this little poetic approach, this little glance, for we agree with your parents' and family's outlook and share their sentiments, wishes, and hopes for a happy, blessed life together for you both. Wayne, I gotta tell you, you've got a good one, mate. May God be your life's pilot, and may your blessings be great. We are so happy for you and Wayne. Uncle Tony, Aunt Jackie, specially composed Saturday afternoon for Wayne and Nikki. And from me, I wish you all the best. You've been wonderful people. Nikki, I've known you for a few years, and you've always been wonderful. God bless you both. Wayne, you've got a wonderful young lady.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, shall I stay? Would it be a sin? Oh, if I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea. Take my whole life all for I can help falling in love with you. Oh, like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Won't take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Okay, so I think we are similar in the way we care and the way we love, and so we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yes. Well, my daughter, I got to catch up here. Oh, Wayne, I forgot to tell you, man. One quick thing. Even though the pastor said what he said, you cannot have 8 wives. You know that, right? Even though he said 4 richer and 4 poorer, it don't work like that, right? Actually, what he was saying is 4 richer or 4 poorer, not 4. But you know, Jamaicans normally say, a 4. Okay. So only one wife. Only one wife. All right. Let me see if I see my notes here. As most of you already know, that Nikki and I are extremely close. We have been close all her lives, ever since she was a little girl. I remember whenever I was going out somewhere, getting in my truck, as soon as I jumped into the truck, got ready to go somewhere, she ran out the door and says, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, I'm coming. I'm just going to go get my coat." She always wanted to go with me wherever I went. So we always remained close back as children when she was a child, and we have remained close up to this day. And since she is actually my favorite daughter, she's favorite, and so I'm so happy, Nikki, that you had an opportunity to meet Wayne. You know how much I love Wayne, and I'm glad that you guys have gotten together. Now, I remember, Nikki, as a little baby, that you did everything early. You were like very, very early. You remember that? I'm not going to embarrass you by talking about pictures of you on a party and all that. But she was actually potty trained when she was 18 months. And so everybody was surprised when we were going to church with her, and she had pretty dresses and no diaper, just, and they were like, "What's going on with this little kid?" But she was potty trained very early. And I remember when you were teething, we can always tell when you were teething because you always broke out into little freckles. Right? You remember that? Well, you know, you don't remember that. Mom remembers that. And so there is a song that I heard some time ago that I thought would be very appropriate for this occasion. And I thought about singing it, but the rest of the family members said, "You better sit down." so I'm not going to do that. They're all like, but what I did, Nikki, I heard it and I thought I would make an attempt to sign it. I don't sign, but I spent a little time, quite a bit of time really, trying to learn how to sign this song. And so those of you who are, expert in that area, you can excuse me, I'm not proficient yet. You know when older people try to learn a new language, they always learn it with an accent. So I'm going to sign with an accent. Yeah. But can somebody help me out here with some music? And so I will attempt to do this.
Look at the two of you dancing that way, lost in the moment and each other's face. So much in love, you're alone in this place, like there's nobody else in the world. I was enough for her not long ago. I was her number one, she told me so, and she still means the world to me, just so you know. So be careful when you hold my girl. Time changes everything, life must go on. I'm not gonna stand in your way. I loved her first, I held her first, and a place in my heart will always be hers. From the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of a father runs deep. And I prayed that she'd find you someday, but it's still hard to give her away. I loved her first. How could that beautiful woman with you be the same freckle-faced kid that I knew? One that I read all those fairy tales to, and tucked into bed all those nights. And I knew the first time I saw you with her, it was only a matter of time. I loved her first, I held her first, and a place in my heart will always be hers. From the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of a father runs deep. And I prayed that she'd find you someday, but it's still hard to give her away. I loved her first. From the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of a father runs deep. Someday you might know what I'm going through, when a miracle smiles up at you. I loved her first.
Wayne, why did you tell Dad, don't let Mom speak? You want me to do sign language? Okay, Wayne. You know it was love at first sight for me and you, right? Excuse me, Mr. Thomas. It's my turn.
I'm here just in case.
Wayne, welcome to the Henry's family. Well, my sister is sitting over there. That's my maiden name. Welcome to the Henrys, the Thomas family. Yes. Now, Johnny and I'm going to say my speech, and this has worked for us for 50-odd years. And even though we're hanging on to just a little piece of thread right now, right, Johnny? But anyhow, this has worked for us. Nikki, it's not your time, it's not your job to cook. Wayne, it's your job and Nikki's job to cook. No, both of you. So when you're cutting up the onion, Nikki, Wayne could be putting on a pot of rice. Wayne, it's not your job to empty the trash can. It's Nikki's job and your job to empty the trash can, okay? Nikki's not your job to do the laundry. It's Wayne's job to do the laundry and your job to do the laundry, and that includes washing and drying and ironing. It's both of your job, okay? Wayne, it's not your job to vacuum the floor. It is Wayne's job and Nikki's job. That's called networking, teamwork. When you work together, when you work together, when you work together, what's going on here? When you work together, then you are preserving one another's energy and lifespan, okay? That's teamwork. Wayne, we are so happy that you are here. And Nikki is a team worker, and she's going to do teamwork with you. And since they're trying to...
You don't love me, and I know now.
Ceremony and master ceremony. I was sitting there and I was thinking about my brother, our brother, and all of a sudden I had this feeling of, nostalgic type of feeling. But I was thinking that it had to take a great man to produce a great son, with a great mother, of course. Now, Daddy had something that I envied because he was funnier than I was. And every time I spoke to him, he had some joke to tell. I often remember the one that he was telling about the man in the country church who went to explain the scriptures. And the text that he was talking about was, and Jesus went up to a mountain, and when he was set, and your father explaining how this man was explaining it, he said, when Jesus went up to a mountain, me not talk about them little hill down at Clarendon, and in St. Catherine. Me talk about mountain. And he went up into the mountain and he sit down. And he start teach the people. And I laughed. Because I know that I couldn't tell such a story. And I decided I wouldn't tell you anything about what your father also said. But felt I need to give you some advice. Not to be like the friend who went to another friend, and he said, you know, my wife and I have been married for quite a while, and I don't know what to give her for our wedding anniversary. And the friend said, yeah, man, you can think of something. What did you do like 3 years ago? And he gave her flowers. He said, I gave her flowers. And what did you do year before last? And he said, I took her to Germany. And then he said, and what did you do last year? I took her to Hawaii. So what are you going to do this year? I don't know. And the friend said, you can think of something, man. He said, I know what I'll think of. I know what I'll do. I'll go back for her.
If I look at her too long, I'll forget what I'm saying. And I'll also forget that you all are here with me. So let me not look so much. For many of you, you might not be aware of this, but I don't have a name. See, when I visit Jamaica and anybody sees me, I'm Wendell's son. When I visit Miami and anybody sees me, I'm Horan's son. I live in Huntsville at the moment. So can you imagine that people will see me and they go, I know you from somewhere. Wayne, no, that's not it. Nikki's husband? Yes. And I can just imagine that they'll come closer to me and then look up and go, poor Nikki. We would like to thank all of you for coming. It has touched our hearts. Some of you are local, some of you are from foreign. Those who don't know what that means, you have to look it up. We are so grateful to all of you, and I won't get myself in trouble by trying to remember names at the moment. See, what has happened, I'm not naturally this thin. I've been holding my breath from 4 o'clock today. So I'm so grateful, we are so grateful. And to our parents, we have a special thanks for our parents. They have supported us, they've been there for us. In my case, they're a shoulder to cry on many times. And also, they have made us look so wonderful. Look at us. I really appreciate the support family and friends have given to us. And I must say that has been mentioned before, there are 2 family members, my sister that we lost in 2009, and my father who lost in 99. They would have loved to be here, and they would have enjoyed meeting Nikki's family. And so it is a happy moment, but it's also a sad moment because I miss them. My father would have taken the opportunity on an occasion like this to advise those of you who are not married as yet. He would say, the career of the person that you're trying to marry is important. He'd go through and talk about if you're marrying a nurse, if you're marrying a doctor. But there's a special place for a teacher. See, teachers are unique. They tend to assign a grade for performance. He would always say that. And the second thing about a teacher is, lovely, from once you make a mistake, a teacher is always there to help you to correct it until you have improved. When I heard that, I know I had to become a teacher. Because my father really was a good role model for me. Again, we want to really thank you for being here with us. And with Nikki, I'd like to say something. But we are happy that this moment has arrived, because for me, I know I'm off the special diet. I don't know about Nikki, but I ordered fried dumplings tonight and some fish. Thank you so much. We love you all, and I love Nikki to say.
He's pretty much said it all. But once again, I mean, thank you to all of you for coming out and traveling so far, and to our parents and mommy and daddy, for you guys working so hard to put this together for us. We really do appreciate the time and effort that you put in. Carmen as well, Charmaine, and we won't even start to get into everybody, but we do thank, everybody that's participated to make this day. And Thomas, who's that? Oh, my mom. Oh. You're welcome, Mrs. Thomas, Maina Thomas. But thanks to everybody, and we are praying that everybody has a safe trip back home. Thank you.
Gracious Father, we are so thankful for a wonderful day. We thank you for the union of Nikki and Wayne. We ask you that you will help that everything that has been advised at this ceremony will take place in their lives. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you will bless them in every possible way and help, Lord, that they will be an example to those around. We thank you for all the friends and family members that have come together to cheer them on and to support them. We ask that you would bless them too. And as we leave this place and bring this ceremony to a conclusion, we ask that you will be with us, that you will bless us, and help that we might have positive thoughts from today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, everyone.